Maya's hands trembled as she fumbled with her apartment keys. At 11:47 p.m., the door was already open. Her heart hammered against her ribs as she pushed it wider, revealing her small Brooklyn apartment torn apart like a tornado had ripped through it. Couch cushions slashed open, drawers emptied onto the floor, her grandmother's photos scattered like fallen leaves. Then she saw it, a knife, pinning a note to her doorframe. Your brother's debt is now yours. 7 days. V. Maya's phone slipped from her fingers, clattering against the hardwood. Danny, her baby brother. What had he done? She should call the police. She should run. She should do anything except stand there frozen. But her legs wouldn't move. The elementary school where she taught second graders felt like a lifetime away from this moment, from this violence that had invaded her safe space. Her phone buzzed. A voicemail notification. 2 weeks old. Danny's number. With shaking fingers, she pressed play. Maya. Danny's voice cracked with fear. Maya, I messed up bad. I'm so sorry. I took money from people you don't say no to. They're going to come looking, and when they don't find me, they'll find you. Don't trust anyone. Don't trust the cops. Just run. I'm so sorry, sis. I love you. The message ended. Maya's vision blurred with tears. She'd raised Danny after their parents died in a car crash when she was 19 and he was 13. She'd worked 2 jobs to keep him fed, to keep him in school, to keep him away from the streets. And he'd run straight into the darkness anyway. She spent the next hour cleaning with numb hands, trying to restore order to chaos, trying not to think about what 7 days meant, trying not to imagine men with guns and cruel smiles coming for her the way they must have come looking for Danny. At 12:03 a.m., every light in her apartment went out. Maya's breath caught. The building's power didn't just die like that. Not all at once. Hello, Maya. The voice came from her living room. Deep, accented, Russian. She lunged to the door, but a shadow moved faster, blocking her path. Her scream died in her throat as the emergency lights from the hallway cast a dim glow through her doorway, illuminating the man standing in her apartment. Tall, easily 6'3", broad shoulders in an expensive black suit that probably cost more than her monthly rent. Sharp cheekbones, ice blue eyes, and dark hair styled with precision. He looked like he'd stepped out of a magazine shoot for dangerously beautiful men who could kill you. Who the hell are you? Maya's voice came out steadier than she felt. Get out of my apartment before I call the police. Alexei Volkov. He said it like she should know the name, like it should mean something. And we both know you won't call the police. Your brother already tried that. Want to know what happened to the detective he spoke to? Maya's blood ran cold. Your brother stole $500,000 from my organization. Alexei moved into the light, and Maya saw his face clearly now, handsome in a brutal way, like a classical sculpture given life and taught violence. He didn't just steal from me. He stole from 3 organizations and made it look like I did it. Now, the Chechens want blood. The Italians want blood. And my own people want blood. I don't have his money. Maya's back pressed against the wall. I'm a teacher. I have $12,000 in student loans and $300 in my checking account. You're looking at the wrong person. I know exactly who you are, Maya Johnson, 26 years old, elementary school teacher at PS 145. You work a second job on weekends at a bookstore in Park Slope. You raise your brother after your parents died. You go to church every Sunday at Bethel Baptist. He stepped closer. You have a good heart, which is why you're going to die screaming when the Chechens find you. Maya's knees wanted to buckle, but she forced herself to stand straight. What do you want? To make you an offer. An offer? Maya's laugh came out sharp and bitter. You break into my home at midnight and threaten me with torture, and now you want to make me an offer? Your brother made you a target. The Chechens will come. They'll hurt you until you tell them where Danny is, even though you don't know. Then they'll kill you slowly because that's what they do. Alexei's voice held no emotion, just cold facts. The Italians are more efficient. They'll just make you disappear. My own people will give you to our enforcer. And trust me, you don't want to meet Victor when he's been ordered to extract information. Stop. Maya's voice cracked. Just stop. What do you want from me? Marry me? The words hung in the air like smoke. Maya stared at him, certain she'd misheard. Marry you? She almost laughed. Almost. You're insane. I'm pragmatic. Alexei pulled out a chair from her small kitchen table, sitting like he owned the place. Maybe he did now. Maybe he owned everything in her life. You become my wife, you become untouchable. The Bratva doesn't harm family. The other organizations won't touch you because it would mean war with me. 1 year, you play the role of my wife, appear at my side when needed, live in my home. After 1 year, quiet divorce, debt cleared, you walk away alive and with enough money to start over anywhere in the world. Maya's mind spun. This is insane. This is actually insane. You have until sunrise. Alexei stood, pulling a card from his pocket and placing it on her table. 4 hours. After that, I leave, and you face the Chechens, the Italians, and my own people alone. Call the number when you decide. Wait. Maya's voice stopped him at the door. Why? Why would you do this? For the first time, something flickered in those ice blue eyes. Something almost human, because I had a sister once. She died because I couldn't protect her from this life. I won't let that happen to another woman, if I can prevent it. Then he was gone, disappearing into darkness like a ghost. Maya collapsed into the chair, her whole body shaking. She picked up the card. Heavy stock, expensive, just a phone number embossed in silver. This couldn't be real. This couldn't be happening. She grabbed her phone, called the one person she trusted. Tessa picked up on the second ring, groggy and confused. Maya? Girl, it's almost 1 a.m. Tessa, I need you. Maya's voice broke. I need you right now. 20 minutes later, Tessa sat across from her, eyes wide as Maya explained everything. Her best friend since college, the sister she'd chosen. Tessa had always been the practical one. Let me get this straight. Tessa's voice was careful. A Russian mob boss broke into your apartment. Told you Danny stole from basically everyone dangerous in New York, and now wants you to marry him for a year to keep you safe? Yes. And if you don't, multiple criminal organizations are going to come torture and kill you. That's what he said. Tessa was quiet for a long moment. Then she picked up the card. Maya, baby, I love you, but you need to call this number. What? Maya stared at her. You can't be serious. I'm dead serious. Tessa's eyes were fierce. You think the police are going to protect you from the Russian mob? From Chechens? Girl, Danny messed up bad and I love him, but he left you holding a bomb. This Alexei guy, he's offering you a way out. By marrying him, a criminal. By staying alive. Tessa grabbed her hands. Maya, you're the smartest person I know, but you're not hearing me. These people don't play. They don't care that you're innocent. You said he could have killed you tonight, right? But he didn't. He offered you protection. Maya pulled her hands away, standing to pace her small apartment. The apartment that had been violated. The life that had been shattered. This is insane. Living is better than dying. Tessa's voice was soft now. Call him. Make the deal. Stay alive. We'll figure out the rest later. Maya looked at the clock. 3:47 a.m. Just over 2 hours until sunrise. She thought about her second graders. About little Jamal, who just learned to read. About Sophia, who brought her drawings every day. About the life she'd built from nothing after her parents died. About Danny, her stupid, reckless, beloved baby brother who destroyed everything trying to take shortcuts. She picked up the card. At 5:47 a.m., as the first light crept through her windows, Maya dialed a number. He answered on the first ring. Smart girl. I have conditions. Maya forced strength into her voice. I'm listening. I want to keep teaching. I want to see Tessa. And I want your word that you'll help me find Danny. Silence. Then the first 2, yes. The third, if he's smart, he'll stay disappeared. But I'll tell you if I find him. Be ready in 1 hour. Bring nothing that matters. The line went dead. Tessa helped her pack a small bag. Clothes. Her grandmother's Bible. a photo of her parents. At 6:52 a.m., a black SUV pulled up outside her building. The driver didn't speak, just opened the door. Maya hugged Tessa hard. "If I disappear, you won't." "Tessa," squeeze her tight. "You're the strongest person I know. You survived losing your parents. You survived raising Danny. You'll survive this. Call me when you can." The drive through Manhattan felt surreal. Morning commuters heading to normal jobs, living normal lives, while Maya rode in silence toward a future she couldn't imagine. They pulled up to a building in Tribeca, all glass and steel and money. The penthouse elevator required a key. The doors opened directly into an apartment that took Maya's breath away. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Furniture that belonged in museums. Art on the walls that was probably worth more than her entire building in Brooklyn. Alexei stood by the windows, still in that black suit, holding a cup of coffee. "Welcome home." A woman appeared from a side room, older, severe face, elegant in a gray dress. "This is Irina. She'll help you prepare." "Prepare for what?" Maya asked. "We're getting married today." "Courthouse. 1 p.m. Maya's stomach dropped. "Today? That's in 6 hours." "Why wait?" Alexei turned to face her fully. "Every hour you're not my wife is an hour you're vulnerable." Irina stepped forward, her accent thick, but her English perfect. "Come, we have much to do." The next hours blurred together. Shower in a bathroom bigger than her bedroom. Clothes that fit perfectly, expensive fabrics against her skin. Irina doing her makeup with expert hands, styling her natural curls into something elegant. A dress appeared cream-colored, simple but beautiful. "You're very calm," Irina said, meeting Maya's eyes in the mirror. "Most women would be hysterical." "I taught second grade in Brooklyn for 4 years." Maya's voice was flat. "I've broken up fights, dealt with parents on drugs, and stopped a kid from bringing his dad's gun to show and tell. I learned to stay calm when the world's on fire." Something like respect flickered in Irina's eyes. "Good. You'll need that here." At 12:30, Maya stood in the living room in the cream dress and heels that were surprisingly comfortable. Alexei emerged from his office in a different suit, charcoal gray, looking like he was heading to a business meeting, not a wedding. His eyes swept over her, and for a moment, something unreadable crossed his face. "You look beautiful." "Don't." Maya's voice was sharp. "Don't pretend this is anything other than what it is." "I never pretend." He offered his arm. "Shall we?" The courthouse was a blur. A judge who looked terrified of Alexei. Papers signed. Words spoken. Irina and a man named Mikhail as witnesses, both watching Maya like she might bolt. "I now pronounce you husband and wife." No kiss. Just a nod. Just a gold ring sliding onto Maya's finger, heavy and foreign. In the car back, Maya stared at the ring. "Is this real?" 24-karat gold with diamonds. Alexei didn't look at her. "Everything I give you will be real." "That's not what I meant." Back at the penthouse, there was food. Expensive food. Maya couldn't taste any of it. "You should eat." Alexei sat across from her at the massive dining table. "You'll need your strength." "I can't." Maya pushed the plate away. "I can't do this. I can't sit here and pretend this is normal. It's not normal. It's survival." "Is he dead?" The question burst out of her. "Danny, is my brother dead?" Alexei was quiet for a long moment. "I don't know. If he's smart, he's far away. If he's not, he's already in the ground. I'm sorry." "Don't be sorry. Just tell me the truth. Did you kill him?" "No." Alexei's eyes met hers, and she believed him. "I wanted to find him, to get my money back, and find out who he was working with. But he vanished before I could. Your brother is clever when he wants to be." Maya felt tears coming and fought them back. She wouldn't cry in front of this man, this stranger, this husband. "I had a sister." Alexei's voice was soft now, almost gentle. "Katya. She was 17 when my father's enemies took her. They sent her back piece by piece until we paid the ransom. By the time we got her back, she'd already taken her own life. I was 23. I swore I'd never let anyone I was responsible for suffer like that again. Maya looked up at him, seeing him clearly for the first time. The cold mask had cracked just slightly. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Just stay alive. That's all I ask. The first week was strange. Maya had her own room, a suite bigger than her entire apartment. She wandered the penthouse like a ghost, trying to understand her new prison, because that's what it was, no matter how beautiful. Mikhail became her constant shadow. Huge, scarred, terrifying. But on the third day, when Maya tried to make coffee and nearly broke the expensive machine, he showed her how with surprising gentleness. Mr. Volkov say keep you safe. He rumbled in broken English. So I keep you safe. Thanks, Maya muttered. I think. Irina was harder to read. She ran the household with military precision, but sometimes Maya caught her watching with something like curiosity. On the fifth day, Irina found Maya crying in the library. I miss my students, Maya admitted. I miss my life. Mr. Volkov say you can go back to teaching. Next month, when things settle, he keeps his word. Maya looked up. Really? Really? Irina's expression softened. He is not a good man, Maya, but he is not the worst man either. And he never breaks his word. The second week, Alexei took her to a charity gala. You need to be seen as my wife. It makes you real. Protected. The dress Irina helped her into a stunning midnight blue that made her skin glow. When Maya emerged, Alexei stared for a long moment. What? Maya asked, defensive. Nothing. Just, you'll turn heads tonight. The gala was like nothing Maya had ever experienced. Champagne and diamonds, and people who spent more on shoes than she made in a month. She felt eyes on her constantly, whispers following them. They're all wondering who you are, Alexei murmured, his hand on her lower back, warm through the fabric. Let them wonder. An older man approached, all smiles and expensive cologne. Alexei, you've been holding out on us. Who's this beautiful creature? My wife, Maya. Alexei's voice held a warning. Maya, this is Dmitri Sokolov. Dmitri's eyes traveled over Maya in a way that made her skin crawl. A wife? How unexpected. And where did you find such an exotic beauty? The word exotic hit Maya like a slap, but before she could respond, Alexei's hand tightened on her waist. My wife is not a curiosity for your entertainment, Dmitri. Remember that. The older man laughed, but it didn't reach his eyes. Of course, of course. My apologies, Mrs. Volkov. When he left, Maya let out a breath. Does everyone here see me as some kind of novelty? Some will. Alexei's voice was honest. This world, my world, it's very white, very insular. They'll test you, judge you. But you're my wife now, and anyone who disrespects you disrespects me. Is that supposed to make me feel better? It's supposed to keep you safe. Later that night, a man approached while Alexei was talking to someone else. Younger, handsome, with cold eyes and a thick accent. So you are the little bird who caught the wolf. He smiled, but it was all teeth. Tell me, does your husband know what your brother did with our money? Maya's blood ran cold. I don't know what you're talking about. I am Ramzan. Chechen, your brother, he took from us too. $200,000. Volkov may protect you now, but debts, they have a way of coming due. Step away from my wife. Alexei's voice cut through the noise like a blade. He moved between them, and Maya saw the raw violence in his posture. Now, Ramzan grinned, just having friendly conversation. There's nothing friendly about you, Ramzan. Touch her, speak to her, even look at her wrong, and it will be the last mistake you ever make. The two men stared at each other, and Maya felt the weight of violence hanging in the air like electricity before a storm. Finally, Ramzan stepped back. Until next time, Volkov. In the car home, Maya's hands shook. He's going to come for me. No. Alexei's voice was iron. He's going to try. And he's going to fail. I told you, you're under my protection now. Why? Maya turned to him. Why do you care? This is just business to you, right? Alexei was quiet for a long time. Then, I don't know anymore. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. She found Alexei in his study at 2 a.m., drinking vodka and staring at a photo. "Can't sleep either?" she asked from the doorway. He looked up, and the vulnerability in his face shocked her. "Never can. Not really." Maya stepped in, seeing the photo. A young girl with blonde hair and Alexei's eyes. "Katya?" "Yes." He set it down gently. She was so full of life. Wanted to be a doctor. Save people. His laugh was bitter. "Instead, she died because of who our father was. Who I am." Maya sat down across from him without asking. Danny wanted to be a mechanic. Fix cars. He was good with his hands. Good at understanding how things worked. Her voice cracked. "I don't know where it went wrong. I tried so hard to keep him safe, to keep him away from the streets. But I was working all the time, trying to keep us fed, and he fell through the cracks. It's not your fault." Alexei's eyes met hers. "You were a child raising a child. I was his sister. I was supposed to protect him. I was Katya's brother. I was supposed to protect her too." He poured another glass of vodka, then one for Maya. "To the siblings we couldn't save." Maya took the glass, the liquor burning her throat. "I've never really drunk before." "Good. This life has enough vodka for both of us." They talked until dawn. Really talked. About loss and guilt and the weight of responsibility. About the lives they'd lived before violence changed everything. Alexei told her about being forced into the Bratva at 15, when his father decided he was old enough to kill. Maya told him about working 3 jobs to keep Danny in school, about falling asleep in class during her own college years, about the day she found out her parents were gone. When the sun came up, painting the city gold, something had shifted between them. Some wall had cracked. "Thank you," Alexei said softly, "for listening. Thank you for talking." As Maya stood to leave, their hands brushed. Neither pulled away immediately. Then Alexei stepped back. "Don't mistake this for something it's not, Maya. This is still business. Just business." But his eyes said something different. The 3rd month, Maya was adjusting. She returned to teaching with Mikhail as her constant shadow, much to the confusion of her principal. The kids loved him. This huge, scary man who helped them with their coats and smiled when they showed him their drawings. Tessa visited every week, her eyes always searching Maya's face for signs of harm. "You seem different," Tessa said one afternoon over tea. "Different how?" "I don't know. Less scared, maybe. More settled?" Maya didn't know how to explain that somewhere between the terror and the forced proximity, she started to feel something for the cold Russian who'd invaded her life. The way he asked about her students. The way he made sure her favorite coffee was always stocked. The way he quietly donated $1 million to her school without telling her, and only Irina had let it slip. "He's not what I expected," Maya admitted. "Girl." Tessa's eyes widened. "Are you catching feelings for your mob boss husband?" "No. Maybe. I don't know." Maya buried her face in her hands. "This is so messed up." "It's definitely that." That night, Maya's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Her heart stopped when she saw the message. "Maya, it's Danny. I can explain everything. Meet me tomorrow night. Warehouse on Pier 47. 10 p.m. Come alone. Please. I'm sorry." Maya stared at the screen, tears blurring her vision. Danny, alive. She should tell Alexei. That was the smart thing, the safe thing. But Danny was her brother, her blood, and he was asking for help. The next night, Maya waited until Alexei was in a meeting. She told Mikhail she was going to bed early. Then she slipped out through the service elevator, the one the staff used. The warehouse was dark and smelled like rot. Maya's phone flashlight barely cut through the darkness. "Danny?" Her voice echoed. "Danny, where are you?" Lights blazed on, blinding her. When her eyes adjusted, her heart stopped. Danny was there, but he wasn't alone. Ramsden stood behind him, a gun to his head. 5 other men surrounded them. "No." Maya's voice broke. "No, no, no." "Hello again, Mrs. Volkov." Ramsden grinned. "Your brother, he's been very helpful. Told us all about his dear sister, who married into money, into power. Told us Volkov would pay anything to get you back. Maya, I'm sorry. Danny's face was bruised, tears streaming. They made me. They said they'd kill me if I didn't. You were going to let them take me? Maya felt her world shattering. Your own sister? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this. The gambling just got out of control, and then I owed these people, and they said if I could get them information on Volkov, they'd clear my debt. Enough. Ramzan pressed the gun harder against Danny's head. Call your husband. Tell him you want to come home. Tell him to come alone with $5 million. Or we send you back in pieces. Maya's hand shook as Ramzan tossed her a phone. She dialed Alexei's number. He answered immediately. Maya, where are you? I'm sorry. Her voice cracked. I'm so sorry. Danny texted me, and I thought, where are you? His voice was steel now. Pier 47. Warehouse. Ramzan has me. He wants. Ramzan grabbed the phone. $5 million. 1 hour. Come alone, or your pretty wife dies screaming. The line went dead. Maya looked at Danny, this stranger wearing her brother's face. You were going to sell me. I never meant. You were going to let them torture me for money. The reality crashed over her. I raised you. I sacrificed everything for you, and you were going to sell me. Danny could meet her eyes. Time crawled. 50 minutes. Then an hour. Ramzan paced, agitated. He's not coming, one of his men said. He'll come. He's Russian. They're sentimental about their women. But another 30 minutes passed. Nothing. Ramzan grabbed Maya by her hair, pressing his gun to her temple. Call him again. Before Maya could move, the lights died. Gunfire erupted in the darkness, muzzle flashes like lightning. Maya hit the ground, covering her head. Then strong hands pulled her up, and she knew those hands. Alexei, I've got you, he breathed. Close your eyes. More gunfire. Screaming. The wet sound of bodies hitting concrete. When emergency lights flickered on, Ramzan and 4 of his men were dead. The 5th was on his knees. Mikhail's gunned his head. Danny cowered in the corner. Alexei stood over Ramzan's body. His suit splattered with blood. I told you what would happen if you touched my wife. Then he turned to Danny, and Maya had never seen such cold fury. Please. Danny held up his hands. Please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Alexei shot him in the leg. Danny screamed. You were going to sell your sister, the woman who raised you, who sacrificed everything for you. Alexei's voice was death itself. Give me one reason I shouldn't kill you right now. Alexei, don't. Maya stepped forward, shocked by her own words. Don't kill him. Please. He betrayed you. Alexei didn't lower the gun. He was willing to let them torture you for money. I know. Tears streamed down Maya's face. I know what he did, but he's still my brother. Please, let the police have him. Let him face justice. Just don't kill him. Alexei stared at her for a long moment. Then he lowered the gun. Mikhail, call our contact at NYPD. Tell them we have someone who can give them information on Chechen operations in exchange for protective custody. Danny sobbed as Mikhail dragged him away. In the car, Maya couldn't stop shaking. Alexei wrapped his coat around her shoulders. You had me followed. It wasn't a question. Always. He didn't apologize. I knew something was wrong when you said you were going to bed. You never go to bed before midnight. You know my sleep schedule? I know everything about you, Maya. His voice was soft. What you eat for breakfast. How you take your coffee. That you read mystery novels before bed. That you're terrified of spiders, but you're too proud to ask for help. I know you. Maya turned to look at him. Really look at him. This man who'd invaded her life. Who'd saved her life. Who'd somehow become her life. Did you know about Danny all along? She asked. That he was alive? Alexei was quiet. Then, yes, for the last month, I was tracking him, tracking his contacts. I knew Ramzan was using him. I was going to tell you, but I needed to be sure I could protect you from all of them at once. So I was bait. The words hurt. At first, Alexei met her eyes. But then Somewhere along the way, it stopped being about the debt, about the strategy. It became about you, about keeping you safe, because I couldn't bear the thought of anything happening to you. Maya's breath caught. Alexei, I know this isn't real for you. I know it's just survival, just business. But for me, his voice cracked. Somewhere between a forced marriage and the late-night talks and watching you with your students, I fell for you, Maya. Actually fell. And I don't know what to do with that. The car pulled up to the penthouse. Alexei got out, but Maya grabbed his hand. Ask me again, she whispered. Ask you what? Ask me to stay. Not because of a debt, not because of danger. Just ask me. Alexei's eyes searched hers. Maya Johnson, will you stay with me? Not because you have to, because you want to. Maya thought about her brother's betrayal, about the life she'd lost, about the life she'd found in this strange, violent world, about the man in front of her who'd killed to protect her, who knew how she took her coffee, who'd given her school $1 million and thought she wouldn't find out. Yes, she said, I'll stay. This time when he kissed her, it wasn't business. It wasn't strategy. It was real. 6 months later, Maya stood in front of her new classroom, not at PS 145, but at a brand new community center in Brooklyn that Alexei had funded, a place for kids like Danny used to be, kids who needed someone to see them, to catch them before they fell. Alexei picked her up after work like he did every day now. How was class? He asked, pulling her close. Good. We're reading Charlotte's Web. Lil Jamal cried when Charlotte died. Sensitive kid. The best kind. That night, Maya wrote a letter to Danny. He was in protective custody, cooperated with the FBI, facing years in prison. She'd visited him once, just once, to tell him she forgave him, but she'd never forget. Some debts are paid in blood, she wrote. Others are paid in love. I choose love. I hope one day you'll understand that. Build a better life when you get out. I'll be waiting. She sealed the letter, and Alexei's arms came around her from behind. You're too good for this world, he murmured against her neck. No, Maya turned his arms. I'm exactly good enough. And so are you. Outside, the city glittered like diamonds. Inside, two people who'd been brought together by violence had found something neither expected. Peace. If you made it this far, thank you for reading Maya and Alexei's story. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What would you have done in Maya's situation? Would you have taken the deal? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this one. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this journey, and I'll see you in the next story. Until then, remember that sometimes the most unexpected paths lead us exactly where we're meant to be.